a quiet suburban neighborhood near Philadelphia. A man in his 50s, neat haircut, glasses, drives a modest car, works as a systems analyst. Neighbors know him as polite, keeps to himself. But every few months, on a Friday evening, he disappears into the Pennsylvania woods, and something extraordinary happens. His name was Carl Gugasian, born in 1947 in Broomall, Pennsylvania. As a teenager, at just 15, he tried robbing a candy store with a friend. It went wrong. He got shot in the leg, arrested, and spent about 18 months in a youth correctional facility. That experience scarred him deeply. He became convinced his juvenile record would ruin any chance at a normal life or good job. So he decided, if the system wouldn't let him succeed legitimately, he'd beat it at its own game. Carl was brilliant. He earned a PhD in statistics, served in the military, though some say dishonorably discharged, became a third-degree black belt in karate, and worked legitimate jobs in engineering and data analysis. But underneath, a different plan was forming. In the early 1970s, he started studying banks like a scientist. He drove around rural Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, small towns with branches near woods or fields. He'd watch from a distance for days, sometimes weeks. He'd note employee routines, security cameras, few back then, police response times, even traffic patterns. He calculated risks using probability and statistics, exactly when the bank had the most cash, Friday evenings, paydays, fewest customers, and slowest police arrival. He earned the nickname the Friday Night Bank Robber because he almost always struck right before or just after closing on Fridays. He'd burst in wearing a scary mask, often a Halloween monster like Freddy Krueger, armed with a handgun. Quick, calm commands. Everyone on the floor, this is a robbery. He'd vault over the counter in one smooth motion, thanks to karate training, grab cash from drawers, never the vault, too slow, then he'd vanish. But here's what made him legendary. He never ran to a waiting car like most robbers. Instead, he'd sprint into nearby woods. He was an avid runner. There, he'd stash the money, gun, mask, and clothes in hidden caches, buried PVC pipes or secret bunkers he'd prepared months earlier, food, water, extra weapons, even scent-blocking powder to fool tracking dogs. He'd change clothes, walk casually as a jogger or hiker, and retrieve his haul days later when the heat died down. He had up to 18 such hidden sites across the Northeast. Over nearly 30 years, from his first robbery in North Carolina in 1973 to around 2002, he pulled off more than 50 bank robberies. Some estimates say over 60. He stole more than $2 million, modest by Hollywood standards, but incredible for staying under the radar so long. He rarely hurt anyone. He preferred precision over violence. In one rare case in 1981, he shot a pursuing officer who later died from complications, making it a homicide, but mostly he ghosted away. The FBI hunted him for decades, linking cases by his signature style: Friday nights, rural banks near woods, military-like escapes. They called him their most prolific bank robber in U.S. history. Then, on April Fool's Day 2001, two teenage boys playing in the woods near Radnor, Pennsylvania, found something strange: a concrete drainage pipe. Inside, sealed PVC tubes with guns, ammo, Halloween masks, detailed maps of banks, surveillance notes, cash bundles. Fingerprints led straight to Carl Gugasian. Agents raided his home in February 2002. They found binders full of plans, lists of 160 potential banks, spreadsheets of response times. He was arrested quietly in a public library where he'd been photocopying maps. Facing potentially 115 years, Carl cooperated fully. He confessed to dozens of robberies, showed agents where every cache was hidden, even explained his methods to help the FBI train agents on preventing future smart robbers. In exchange, his sentence dropped to 17 years. He served about 15 years total with good behavior and was released in 2017 at age 69. While inside, he taught calculus to other inmates. Carl Gugasian wasn't a flashy gangster. He was a cold, calculating mind who treated crime like a math problem, and for 30 years, the numbers added up in his favor. Until two kids playing in the woods changed everything. That's the story of the Friday night bank robber, America's quietest, smartest, most successful loan.